Guys, how we all doing today? Today's live stream, we're previewing the RealEye on the road to the Sea of Azov, the 1-to-1 map. The first route that we've got, it's 127 kilometers and 1-to-1, and it says that we're going to be driving it for around 2 hours. So we'll see how that goes. Gabby boy, how you doing, mate? Mishike, how you doing, mate? How are we all doing today? I hope that everyone's having a nice Sunday today. We're gonna get on the way. We've got 2 hours of the first route. As at 127 kilometers, 1-to-1 route. So yeah, on a normal 1-to-19 scale, you probably covered 127 kilometers within, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes. I don't know how many kilograms we've got, well, tons. We got 12 tons, so we're not necessarily heavy. There's a lot of farmlands on this map, kind of rural places as well. Happy boy, how you doing? At the moment, 60 FPS as always. I always lock my FPS at 60. I don't run any higher FPS than that. And at the moment, my GPU usage is 75%. Got some singles going here as well. Guess the gaming, how you doing, mate? You going to sleep soon? Yeah, I presume it's quite late where you are, so. How you doing, mate? Saying looks awesome. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate it. We might go through a few skyboxes today. We're starting off in kind of cloudy conditions, so might change to a bit of sun as well. The clouds in Project Ultimate Weather, I've made them to have a bit more shadow to it. So from time to time you'll see that we're just gonna go from sun to kind of cloud shadow as well, and the shadows are moving dynamically. So some places will be sunny, the other places will have much more shadow, as we're going through one now. And then once we go into sun again, we'll see that we've got a bit of a different lighting. So guys, the gaming interior look good. Yeah, mate. It's the RealEye preset that's dropping on the 2nd of July. Honey, how you doing, mate? Yeah, Verstappen is coming back. Mate, it was close today. It was close. Interior is real. Well, it's the Man by Gloover, the 2015 version of it. And guys are gaming also, yeah, the RealEye preset kind of has way more clarity to it than the real cam, so the interior will look slightly different in it as well. When did I buy an iPad? May I have just when we were starting the live stream, man, that's when I bought it. Yeah, I'm joking. That comes with that man as well. Duncan May. My brother decided to join the stream. He always supports. Okay, that road is 90 kilometers an hour. We're just gonna go 85 and we're just gonna cruise. You've got that iPad? Yeah. I mean, it comes with that truck, I guess, if you go into the depths. Or there's other mods for iPads as well. This one has a nice cable to it. You see that the cable is actually plugged in to the socket. Danny, what do I think of this weekend? You're probably asking F1 wise, or just the weekend. I've got my Tobii eye tracker sensitivity set to around 40%, so I might be able to have a sip of coffee without breaking anything. Let me just check something, because my usage is very high, like my CPU usage, and it's not the Mac. It was Discord. Yeah, that went down a lot. Singer? What do you mean singer? You got 60 kilometers on this piece of road now. Were you asking me about the singer the weekend? I have got no opinion of the guy. I don't listen to him, so. Danny, no, this is the road to the Sea of Azov 1-to-1 map. Let's get a bit more sun. Skybox 4, Skybox 6. To be honest, 9 will get a bit more sunny around 10 o'clock. Because it's 9 now. Danny, you're still here. That's very good, man. Very good. Danny, I should try what? Try listening to the weekend. No way, man. Danny, I know. I hope that you have safe works and abouts today. Danny, give me one good reason why I should listen to the weekend. Yes, Danny, Duncan's my brother, yeah. Pam Hunger, how you doing, mate? Yes, I'm looking at the 2nd of July. Eugene, how you doing? Real cam is just another preset, totally different to real cam. Kind of based on clarity, much more clear picture, and then balance between the contrast and colorways. As real cam is a pretty heavy kind of a preset that kind of based itself on the camera lens. But this is much clearer. Danny, I'm not listening to The Weeknd, man. At least not today. Or not in the near future. I might one day. JRM, how you doing, mate? And what about Shawn Mendes? No, I've not heard of Shawn Mendes. You wanna know what I listen to? I listen to Rammstein, Slipknot. I like some Jimi Hendrix, The Doors. I listen to a lot of rap, Polish rap as well. Well, mainly Polish rap I don't listen to. But I might listen to some Kendrick Lamar or Schoolboy Q or stuff like that, but it's just mainly metal music and Polish rap. So yeah, The Weeknd and Shawn Mendes might just not be in the same kind of a group of artists that I listen to. And then Lamar is goated, yeah. Kendrick's alright. Who else do I like from rappers? I like Waka Flocka Flame. He's a bit older. I like 50 Cent. I like older rap as well. I don't think, well, I used to listen to A$AP Rocky as well, but that's more back in like 2014. Yo, Hacks, how you doing, mate? How's your day going, mate? Dan, you like Eminem? Yeah, Eminem's alright. X-Lab official looks great. Thank you, mate. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Central C? Nah, I mean, there's a lot of people that I know of, but I wouldn't like listen to them by choice. Guys, do I like playing that camera mode? Yeah. I mean, you know what it is? I've been playing ETS2 for like, well, almost since the beginning with some breaks. I just can't stand the default camera settings, you know, because this is something different, you know. It just gets me to enjoy it from a different angle, you know. So sometimes I'll have it set differently, sometimes I'll have it set in a passenger view, sometimes I'll have it more centered towards the wheel. Okay, we're just gonna set our speed to 85 and we're just gonna keep at that. Robert, how you doing, mate? Why can't you get a camera shake like this? You need to set your truck and trailer look, I'm not moving my camera. I'm not moving my Tobii eye tracker. This is just how the truck shakes. Truck and trailer stability at 0. Then you're looking at physical camera movement set at 200%. And then even with like, what are you doing? Even with no eye tracker, yeah, right. With no eye track or anything like that, you get the camera to shake when you go over bumps or... Well, there's no actual physical bumps on the road, but the truck will still pick up some. Go Hex, which do you think is better, ATS or ETS2? ETS2 has more variety. You got more maps. More different kind of... I think that ETS2 is just a more complete kind of a product. And I do like 1-to-1, 1-to-5 maps, which there's not a lot of for ATS. And there's a lot of different maps for ETS2 that you can enjoy. Yeah, I mean, ATS is fine as well, it's just a less complete kind of a product. Danny, your Mother 5 is coming in 2 days? Yes, man. I guess you're gonna be playing Forza with it as well, yeah? You like 1-to-05 maps? Yeah, they're good as well, mate. You know what? If you're looking at the base map, yes, I would agree. But yeah. I mean, ATS does have good atmosphere if you're just looking at the base maps. I would agree with that. Only Assetto Corsa? That's good as well. That's fair. Hey there, mate. Yes, I'm already on 160. I've been on 160 for like 2 weeks now. We know what it is, guys. One thing that I'm missing from ETS2 is a real good Polish map. You know, I'm from Poland myself, and I've not lived there for a long time. But when I was little, I was always going in the truck with my grandpa, so I kind of miss good 1-to-1 Polish maps. You know. I mean something of this quality. I don't mean just like any small Polish projects, but I mean like full 1-to-1 or 1-to-5 maps. It's like on this map you've got around 500 or 600 kilometers, just 1-to-1 terrain, so that's a lot to cover. Yes, Danny, I know that wheel. It's like an F1 wheel for Moza. Yes, I speak Polish as well. I speak Polish at home. My wife's Polish, so I speak Polish to her, but for the last 10 years I've been using only English. Then I lived in Poland for like 2-3 years, and then previously to that I lived in Canada, so... You studied my surname, how's that? You bought that wheel as well? Yeah, that's good, because then you just have your normal kind of a wheel, and then if you want to do a bit more serious racing, then you'll have your, well, not F1 wheel, but they're called GT1 wheels, like prototype wheels. Can't even see me. what I like on this map as well, it's how they actually made it. I think there's one person making it, to my knowledge. If you have a look at the grass closer to the road, you see that they've used a lower saturation grass and then they moved on to like higher saturation grass, which is kind of common when you're on the real road. The grass that is closer to the road will just have much more dirt on it. That's a nice touch on this map. Gaza Gaming. Yeah, I mean, well, the Project Ultimate weather and the presets, they're the same for both games, so you can make it look like that. Danny, yes, I'm using a direct drive wheel. I'm using the Sim Magic Alpha wheel. Dammy, how you doing, mate? What PC do you have got? I've got a Ryzen 7 5800 X3D and a RTX 5080 at 32 gigabytes of RAM. Never tried a direct drive? Way better. It just feels more direct. Like with a Moza R5, you could probably hook it up to the desk. But like the Sim Magic Alpha that I've got, it goes all the way up to like 15 Newton meters. And that will, if you actually put it to your desk, you know, that might do some damage. Well, you can adjust the force, of course, so you can have a high Newton meter steering wheel or steering base. You can reduce it down so you can still kind of play on your desk, but it just feels totally different. I had a Thrustmaster T300 before I had this one. Yes, Danny, feels more direct. That's my description of it. Yeah, I had a Thrustmaster T300 before that. And yeah. Actually, you're thinking about getting ETS2? Yeah, I would do so. Because then, you know, I play both. You spend some time in ATS and you spend some time in ETS2. So, especially if you like different kind of maps and stuff, ETS is great for that. I know people that would only stick to like ETS2 or just ATS exclusively, and they will not actually play other games. So I do understand that as well. You know what? I mean, you could probably still drift on a normal Logitech G29 in Assetto Corsa. I mean, I've seen people do crazy stuff on it, you know? Mate, people drive in iRacing with G29s, so... Goran, how you doing, mate? Thank you so much, mate. I hope that you have a good day. With pushing P cars, it is impossible? What's pushing P cars? Hi there, how you doing, mate? Hello, Bossino, this guy. My personal assistant has decided to join the stream. Good, and thank you so much, mate. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, listen, there's nothing wrong with a G29. It works. It's a good wheel, you know. It's much better than some of them Timu wheels and stuff, you know. It's a very solid wheel. High temperature. It's not working good in your head. Mate, you better, you know, better watch out for yourself. Because I'm coming next month, so. Good, and thank you for the sub, mate. Really appreciate it. CNKA, how you doing, mate? I'm playing on 4K. I always try to stream in 2K to preserve some GPU usage, but I think that I'm streaming in 4K as well. Ida, is that so? I didn't know that, but that's good to know, mate. Okay, we had 127 kilometers to go at the beginning of the drive. We've got 96 kilometers left, an hour and 33 minutes. So I think we're on schedule. We're not doing bad. I mean, we're a bit late by like 2 hours, but that's fine. 2 hours, we're gonna be there in an hour and a half, 4 hours, that happens, you know. Why don't I have trucks booked? Because there's, I mean, I don't truck them kilometers, you know. I used to, but I just drive for visual pleasure instead of kilometers that would be written down in an app or something. That's an old story, mate. Polish transport. I'm enjoying this drive way better than the last ATS drive when I was going up the hills, and man, I could not even hear the music, hear anything. I could just hear the engine growling. So today we're actually chilling. Goran, yes. However, I would probably aim for 2K instead of 4K with that setup. African Prince, hey there, mate. It's the man by Gloover from the SCS forum. It's the older man from 2015. Ida, thanks so much, mate. I appreciate it. Hexlab, how does it affect the FPS? To be honest, with the graphics card, it's not doing much. Because with a 5080, I've got like 65 to 73 GPU usage, full max, 100 scaling, and in 4K, so it's not bad. Elon and Tunis, thanks so much for the sub, mate. J Games, how you doing, mate? To get this graphics, you're looking at Snowymoon, Project Ultimate Weather 2.0, Project Ultimate Real Camp preset that is coming up on the June 2nd. You've got the links to the mods down below, and you can also get PNG for textures and everything. Excellent, and I use head tracking. Yes, I'm using Toby eye tracker. I can just show you with the physics settings that I've got set. So I'm not moving anything. The truck will still kind of shake when I'm moving it. The truck will still shake when I'm not really moving the wheel. It has the truck and trailer stability set at 0, then the physical camera factor set at 200%. So whenever there is some unevenness detected, the camera will move. X-Lab official, pretty smooth. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. African Prince, you need to give some of us who use the product early access. That is also the case, yeah. So again, do you have a tutorial how to install all those? Yes, so if you get Project Ultimate, you get all the instructions and also any kind of support that you need with this mod or how to get it working with other mods. I'm also active on Patreon, so if you ask a question, I try to answer as soon as possible, unless you ask me a question during the night time in the Eurozone. So anywhere between like midnight and 5 o'clock in the morning, I might not actually respond if I don't wake up in the middle of the night. So then, no, well, Toby eye tracker works directly with the game, so it doesn't have any. I don't use OpenTrack for this. Alex Execution, thank you for the sub, mate. Tree mod. With this one, I've used the 4K trees from Steam. Pretty similar to, well, similar. They're much more detailed, so you don't have to use 0% tree leaves. Because then if you set 0% tree leaves, they become like invisible. They're already pretty detailed. X-Lab official. Yeah. So you've probably spoken to me once or twice on Patreon. CNKA, got a problem. Game's running on 5 FPS and even 10. When I launch, it keeps dropping frame by frame. Check your mods first. Check if you don't have any heavy mods. I mean, I'm not sure if you're using something that will push your setup a bit too further up for you to actually, because the game crashed due to the buffer. Yeah, just have a look on your mods. See what's your GPU usage. If you're not actually running out of GPU memory, and that would be the first two things to check. African Prince, suspension mod. What the physics mods that I've got? It's the Is1 Bakar's physics mod, and then I set my truck and trailer stability at 0. Then physical camera factor set at 200%. Alex Executions, no, it's not the Romania map. Romania map is a great map as well. But this one is the road to the Sea of Azov 1-1. we've got 84 kilometers left. Well, our average is 85 kilometers an hour, so it's not that bad. Yeah, I think that I've seen map by Alexandra at some point. It's a 1 to 5 map. I try to go for 1 to 1 maps, to be honest, like most of the times. Still for oh, hi there, mate. What steering wheel I use? I use the SimMagic Alpha steering wheel. Till then, yes, I run my game at 4K. Did we get some evening action? Scarabs 4. Maybe we could get a sunset going. I'm not sure how if we actually faced, no, we're not faced the sun. How does the rain look in this? It'll look the same, like, I'm gonna crash my truck in a second. That's what it looks like. I nearly broke my arm trying to navigate to actually change it to rain. I use this scratches mod by Corvus. Okay, let's get it to the morning. We'll get rid of the rain. Got some hazy morning going on in here. I'll stop messing with the weather. Man, where's that water coming from? Still, thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Gina, can you remove the bus front glass? I'm not sure if I fully understood that. Goran, that's very good, mate. I mean, if you enjoy what you see while trucking, then you're gonna, then you're gonna play that a bit more. The game parrot, 100%, mate. We're making progress. That's good. Kern, I really appreciate it, mate. With Project Ultimate, you've got the weather system or weather depth, and you've got 5 reshade presets at the moment. The next one's coming in 2nd of July, so you have 6 in total. Or 5 at the moment, but what time is it now? Yeah, I've put it at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna put the time to around, I don't know, like 11 o'clock, because it's quite dark at the moment. I don't know, 1 p.m. Hi Ron, how do mate? The tablet comes with the Man by Gloover from the SCS forum, the 2015 variant. Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, a lot of open space in here. We might do a second route on this map. And the other routes that I know, they've got a bit more vegetation to it. Well, we had more vegetation like 15 minutes ago, but very like open spaces in the map now. High round, 100%. I mean, it just lays a good foundation for what people can use, because with the legacy presets like V1, V2, V3, they have not had an update in a long time, and a lot has changed since then. So I think that along the real cam presets, just for people that like a more clear look, this will be, you know, this would be something that they could switch back and forth between. Emmanuel Baraka, how you doing, mate? Driving real life. I don't drive trucks in real life, and at the moment I'm trucking in ETS2, so not real life as well. However, if I was to make clickbait thumbnails, I should put it like, is this still a game? Is this real life? But I have not done it for this thumbnail, unfortunately. I like the word realistic, because something can have a realistic look. It's funny how people say, is this still a game? Well, it is a game. Yeah, I mean, how's this not a game? Of course it's a game. It can look a bit more realistic. It's not a question if it's a game or not. Can you use it on Android? Unfortunately, no. You will not be able to get ETS2 on Android. Hi Ram. Yeah, I think there's something with the older presets and Snowymoon settings. A lot has changed line-wise as well. And then if you have a look at the Project Ultimate weather, there's much less contrast on the weather side as well, so the older presets might just look a bit different. That's why I'm making this kind of a this preset, so it's just an up-to-date kind of a preset that we've got. Daniel, how you doing? RealEye is a preset just like RealCam, but it's based more on just the clarity of the screen, color and contrast balance. Because with the way I kind of approach it, like, it's pretty easy to just get a washed out preset, but then it's just going to be a washed out preset. It's kind of difficult to, well, especially in ETS2 where there's not that many shaders that you can use within the game. It's kind of hard to still get a slightly washed setting with much darker and richer vegetation. I think that that's difficult to kind of connect. But yeah, we made it happen. Because what I didn't want to do is just to under contrast everything and everything to look like some sort of a haze, where in here it is under contrasted in the places where it should be under contrasted, and then it looks contrasted and with shadows in the places where you should get the shadows. Go through here, I'm not sure what they were. Figures, hi there mate. Yeah, this is Snowymoon plus the RealEye preset from Project Ultimate. It's not dropped yet, it's coming out on the 2nd of July. Okay, let's do 85 kilometers an hour. I'm just gonna cruise again. We have got 64 kilometers left. It says an hour. probably going to be less than an hour if we're going 85 kilometers an hour. There isn't any major cities along the way, so we shouldn't get caught up in the traffic. Just like in here, you could see on the right hand side that the grass closer to the road is a grass with much less saturation than the one like 2-3 meters into the side of the road. That transition is very nice. Apologies for the camera, I'm just adjusting my phone. As every respected streamer, I have my chat on my phone. I've made plans to buy a second monitor. The plan's been ongoing for the last 7 months, so maybe at some point I will actually get a small monitor to put my chat on. But at the moment we are streaming yeah, just with the chat on my phone. So yeah, not a very professional streamer. I even got donations on and stuff like that. They were bugging us sometime, you know. And I mean, I understand people that stream a lot. They probably spend some time adjusting that. But I was like, I only stream once or twice a week. Not even that, because sometimes I'll make a stream every like 2 or 3 weeks. But who knows, maybe in the future I'll actually dedicate more of my time to streaming. We're catching up the trucks in front. I'm not sure if it's just heavy or... We might overtake it, but we'll see. I don't know how long this part of the road is with 2 lanes. Well, we're not gonna go faster than 90 kilometers an hour, and I think that he's matching our speed now, so. Around, that is very true, mate. And I think that that's why it's quite difficult to just find that balance, you know, because people just get the saturation off, not looking to any kind of upscaling and stuff like that. But yeah, well, everyone will like something different. Alexander, could there be at least a translation option? I can have a look if I can put a translation on for the next live stream. I've not known that you can actually get translations on the live stream, so I'm going to have a look at that option for the next live stream, mate. Mate, we might overtake him. I mean, we're getting closer. Oh my god, we need to turn left. Well, kind of like F1 on the outside. Guys, just don't do that at home. Yeah, what I've just done. Very risky maneuver. Very dangerous. I should not be driving like that, but I did. I apologize. Maybe there was a blocker at the end of that road, and I wouldn't see that. But the truck would have been totaled. I'd probably rip my hands off as well. Professor Case, thanks for the summit. Flixbus, so Flixbus driver. So you got Project Ultimate that has the Project Ultimate Weather, which is a mod, and then it has the Reshape preset. So the RealEye is a preset that is coming out on the 2nd of July, and it's one of the Project Ultimate presets. Florian, how you doing, mate? What physics settings I use? I use the Ease1 Bakkar's physics mod. Then I have my truck and trailer stability set at 0. Then I've got my physical camera factor set at 200. So even when I'm not using my Dolby eye tracker, you still get the camera movement. Hi, Ron. You know what? It's a very good question. Because it's the same thing with Farming Simulator 25, where you need a lot of mods for the game to look good. Even the maps and everything, you know? But then you've got something like Microsoft Flight Simulator, which there's a lot of mods for, and there's also paid mods, paid weather mods and everything. But still, out of the box, you know, it's a good game. It looks fine, you know, so it looks good. And I understand that those are two different titles, and you know, ETS2 is much older, but they've kept going at it with the same engine. So at the moment, to kind of enjoy it, if you like visuals, you need a ton of mods. Well, not a ton of mods, but at least some good mods to actually to make it look good. Love you, how you doing, mate? This is too good, man. Thank you, mate. Flixbus driver. I run a Ryzen 7 5800 X3D and a RTX 5080. But to be honest, at the moment, my GPU usage is around 70%. So I'm not really pushing it. I'm not pushing the graphics to the fullest. If it comes for the GPU usage, because I could probably go with 125 scaling. But I had a RTX 3080 before. And with a RTX 3080, I was still able to play this in 4K with some adjustments. So you can play on a medium kind of a setup as well. Oh, if you play in 2K, you know, then you only need something like even a 4060 might do it in 2K, or like 5060. Yeah, Harry. A 5070 will smash everything, even like 4K, and a 5070 will give you a waterproof kind of a setup for ETS2, you know, ETS and ATS. And then, but then even with that, you see you probably encounter more issues with the game engine, not the hardware itself. X-Lab. Yeah, I use the 7800 X3D and the 9070 TX. What's the equivalent of NVIDIA? Flixbook driver. You know what? The sway that this is not the physics mod. This is just me using the Tobii eye tracker. This is so okay. I'm not using it now. So this is the physics mod itself. Yeah, but any movements that I'll do like this, that's the Tobii eye tracker. Next lap official. It's like 50-70, yeah, then you'll be fine. It's just you might need to add a bit more smoothness to it as you'd be using TAA and not DLAA or DLSS, so. But yeah, you should be fine with it. I've actually, for RealEye, there'll be sets of presets, just default presets, and then something with additional motion blur, which is going to smooth the game out even more on TAA. That will kind of go beyond the Snowymoon motion blur if you're at a lower resolution or if your game is just too sharp. I can't see what's happening on the right, so hopefully no one's gonna drive in the back of us. We're fine, we lived. No one crashed. That's a good thing. Alright, that's true though. That's true that once you get into 4K gaming, especially with ETS2, you know, it can be demanding at times. Gonzalo Sebastian, thanks so much, mate. Really appreciate it. Okay, 85 kilometers an hour on the speed limiter and cruise control. It's called cruise control, not speed limiter. And we have got 48 kilometers left, which we should cover in around 30 minutes, to be honest. It shouldn't take us 48 minutes as it says. Harry, you know what? That's actually funny. So, the first one that I've ever made was like 9 months, but it wasn't like I was, you know, sitting and then adjusting it for 9 months straight. But it just, you know, I've been making it for like 9 months and adjusting stuff. It takes around a month and a half, because you know I'll change stuff. What I do, I would watch POV of a certain drive, yeah. So I'll find a POV drive on YouTube, and with Reshape you can only go for one kind of a look. There's, you know, you're not dying, you know, there's no dynamic changes to it. Like, there's dynamic changes to the weather mods, but there's no dynamic changes to Reshape. So You've only got one set of settings that you've got, and then you just, you know, trying new stuff, trying to kind of make it closer to the POV that you're watching, because you're just going for one kind of a style. Yes, around a month. Taking that, sometimes you're gonna build something up, then you scratch it, then you start again. Then, you know, around a month and a half. Back at driving, how do mate? It's D at the moment. For the last, I don't know, 3-4 months, I've only used Lightning D. I don't use C, B, and A. Harry, because you know what it is, like at times, I would just open the editor, yeah? And I will stare at this one point and just going through all the hours of the day and just making sure that it doesn't overexpose at times, and it just it takes a bit of time. And then even if you use the effects that you want to use, but they really do have an effect on the CPU, you'd have to scrap some, because then you've got people with lower spec PCs. Like, if you got a very good setup, it's not going to affect yourself, but it's going to affect people with lower spec setup. So some of the effects you're just not going to use due to that fact. Mahmoud, how you doing, mate? You've got 43 kilometers. Yeah, you know what it is. At the beginning, I was trying to go between D and C, but at the moment, D just gives you a good balance. You know, C is very overwashed, in my opinion. I mean, the Lightning C will look way better than your base ETS2, and that's true. But it's just, if you got Lightning D, that will give you this kind of a look. Yeah, 100% Lightning D. ABCH, how you doing, mate? I'm all good. How's your day going? Got 60 kilometers on her. We need to slow it down a little bit. Yes, I will. After the live stream, I always check everything after the live streams, because I know that the volumes might be a bit higher at that time. Okay, we're back to 90 kilometers an hour, so we're just gonna set 85 and alright, that's the one thing, yeah. Like, I know that it has to be done, but it's a process that I don't really enjoy. Just getting all the mods re-downloaded. To be honest, I gave up on some mods in the process of just re-downloading stuff again. It's just mods that I don't use anymore because like I've not downloaded them again and stuff. So like my main like graphic mods like PNGs and like my main mods, yes, they'll always stay. Like the core will always stay. But there's probably mods that I forgot about, you know, due to updates. Yeah, Harry, 100%. That's the same thing with me. I don't even use promods no more. Or in very rare occasions, like I'll have my one-to-one maps on different profiles, and then I just go for like the top quality maps. I don't. Back in the day, I used to make crazy combo maps and try to put as many maps as possible into one profile, but I can't be asked for that no more. ABCH, can I recommend any kind of mods? Good truck mods with good interiors. Like this man that I'm driving from the SCS forum by Gloover. Um, yeah, so like solid truck mods with good interior materials and stuff. And very good map mods, 1-to-1 maps, 1-to-5 maps. They'll always push your realism within the gameplay. Dallas Cole, thanks so much, mate. Really appreciate it. 35 kilometers. Yeah, it's a long route. 125 kilometers. That's even like long in real life. But we'll see how long it will take us to actually drive that, because at the moment we've been driving for like hour and 12 minutes. So yeah, it said 2 hours. We'll probably make that in like hour and 35 minutes. ABCH, the Actress MP5 mod, you can find that on the SCS forum. You might just need to adjust the mod to the current version. The mod is open, so it's not like you're unlocking any files. You just need to change the manifest for it. But make sure that you use this truck for yourself and not re-upload it. Because I know that there's people that will just get a truck, update it and re-upload it on mod sites, but as long as you're doing it for yourself, then you should be fine with it. Hi Ron, what maps were they? The one-to-one maps. Gamer Geek Nerd. No, it's the scratches on windshield mod by Corvus that I've used on this man as well. Yeah, you can get the mod from the SCS forum. It works on most of the older trucks prior to 2023. And then any newer trucks that you want to make it compatible with, you just need to add the def name to the definitions of the mod to make it compatible with the newer trucks. Okay, let me try to get a sip of coffee without breaking my camera, which I might be unsuccessful with. Okay, we didn't break the camera, it's all fine. Harry, I see. I'm unsure what the issue in Romania would be. I know that like traffic mods will not work on the RPM map, as it has its own traffic. So I mean, some mods might work on it, but I know that if maps infuse their own traffic into the map, some of the traffic mods might not fully work. That's an interesting place. ABCH, you know what, I only used one traffic mod, and it's not Jessica or anything like that, because I don't use them. I used the traffic mod by Gelex. It has a lot of realistic companies to the traffic and all. That's the only traffic mod I would recommend at this point. Yeah, Harry, for what it is, and I'm not saying that Jessica is bad, because it was made in a time where there was not a lot of traffic mods, but for what it looks like, the performance drawn, it's crazy at times. Cooper Simulator, thank you, mate. I really appreciate it. Not long to go, mate. 2nd of July, so just around 4 days now. Okay, because it's 60 kilometers an hour, and here we're speeding. Speeding for the village, which is not good. Fine. I mean, it's still 60, but we shouldn't cause any issues with the speed now. ABCH, the But the only thing that will degrade the graphics is promods itself because they use not old vegetation, old assets, old prefabs. So if you use maps that use all the kind of assets or they're not just made that well, that will degrade the look of your graphics. CMD Franco, how you doing, mate? Have some VR love with this. You can play this in VR with Snowymoon. You won't be able to use any reshades with this, unfortunately. But if you are to just go for Snowymoon and some weather mods, then you should be fine with it. I mean, I need to check Snowymoon to be honest, because I'm not sure. I presume you can use Snowymoon with VR, but I'm just not 100% sure to be honest. I know that well, there's some people that installed reshades somehow on it, but the issue is with the depth buffer, as you're unable to just represent it on VR. Apologies for the pause, we had to start the music over again. Okay, 60 kilometers in here as well. We need to slow it down. ABCH, yeah, you can use anything with it. I mean, the reshade preset is what you've got on the screen. You can use anything with it. So yeah. Axel Chevan, bro, align the cam towards the studio. It's locked. I can't align the camera, unfortunately. I wanted to, because who would want to drive like this? Like, I don't want to drive like this, but it's locked like this. I can't really change my camera now. Alpha Killer, how you doing, mate? Register, just sit in the driver's seat. As I said, it's locked. That's the only view that you guys are gonna get today, unfortunately. I do apologize. But I don't actually apologize for it. I should change the seat position. Yeah, but maybe I should. But you know what? If I enjoyed this one, you know, I'll probably stick to this one. Because how many people did you see today that drove this camera position? Or maybe one or two, you know, because there's some people that like different camera angles as well. There's something different, you know. Chicago Sunroof, how do you, mate? Is this the yeah, it's Snowymoon. You've got Project Ultimate Weather 2.0 and Project Ultimate RealEye Reshade preset. Yes, what's your question, mate? We've got 20 kilometers left. You know what? I barely ever stream, you know. Mate, so I streamed like 2 days ago, but my frequency of streaming is, you know, I stream every like other 2 weeks, you know, like every 2 weeks I'll probably stream, um, and I only stream for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I can't really like. I know that people do crazy streams of like 5, 6 hours. Well, I can't do that. ABCH, I really do appreciate that, mate. I'm gonna check out your message when I'm done with the live stream. Since the November though, that's long. Yeah, it's real dedication. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I wish that I could stream a bit more often. But yeah, I'm kind of the amount of time I'm at my home is very limited at times. Like I would be in between Poland and UK at the moment, and then other places. So I would sometimes fly in to make videos and stuff, and then work on. Then I'm not where I live. Then I'm back in here. So. Extra Trevor, thank you, mate. I do appreciate it. That's right, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I thought that you came up with a new nickname for myself or something, you know? I was like, it sounds good. Hate your AMD graphics card. Oh my god, why? I mean, if you play ETS2 with Snowymoon, I can kind of understand why. But other games should be fine. We probably did. I would have to know your name from Patreon, because you probably have a different name, so I might just not fully remember which conversation it was, but I do remember about speaking about the AMD with yourself. Oh, okay, I remember that now, the ghosting problem, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit weird as well, because that's probably an AMD setting somewhere, because it said, like, I would understand ghosting with DLSS, but it just might be a setting within AMD that might cause it. That's really all good with your English, mate. As long as you put your point across and I understand that, it's fine. Okay, I've not actually focused on the GPS, and I thought that we actually went past the drop site, but we're not. We've still got 12 kilometers left. What to expect from VR? So you can get your weather mods, like I don't know, PNG weather, Project Ultimate weather 2.0, or any weather mods that you find. So you can get that. You should be fine with Snowymoon. I've never actually checked if someone uses Snowymoon on VR, which is going to affect the trees as well, because I'm going to show you what it does to the trees. You can adjust the amount of leaves that you've got on the trees, and also the grass. I don't know if you see it clearly, but that's what it does. So Chicago Sunroof, what's happening on 2nd of July? The Project Ultimate RealEye is dropping, unless there's something more significant on the day and I'm not aware of it. But something that will concern my life would be the drop of RealEye. CMD Franco, no, well, Snowymoon, well, the option that I've got in here is within the Snowymoon menu, the tree option. So most of the settings you'd have within the Snowymoon app. You don't need any config setting changes for this. You've got 8 kilometers left. You're saying that you can only use that in VR? Because if you're asking me, to be honest, I'm not sure. You'd have to check if the current version is the V2. I'm not sure if you can only use V10 with Snowymoon. You just need to check it on his website. As I do not want to give you any false information. A 127 kilometers route, that's a good route for the start. I mean, for the start, we've been driving for like an hour and 30 minutes now. But why are you braking? because it's 60 zone in here, that's all. Restore Rockman, thanks so much, mate. Really appreciate it. All the way down from Japan. Beautiful place, mate. Give me your Franco. Yes, so the lighting settings, the trays, that is all the part of the Snowymoon V2. I mean, this will not look like this without the reshade that I'm using, but the functionality of it, yeah, that's what it comes with. Fearless, how there, mate? I'm using the Izuan Bakar's physics mod, then truck and trailer stability set at 0, and physical movement and motion set to 200%. Yeah, we're 4 kilometers away, we're near. I wonder if I'll be able to park this within this camera. We might give it a go. We'll see how it goes. Thomas Lynn, say it, mate. Franco, you know what? I don't think that it will ever be possible to implement it in a straight kind of a way, because it's in where you got it on a flat screen or just on a single kind of a screen. You can override the screen, but in VR you're looking in depth as well. So in here, if I'm like moving my head, I'm still just displaying one scene, but in VR you've got like multiple, like a lot of scenes around, and they're rendered in depth as well, so you're unable to just make an overlay for it. Freestyle Rockman, yes. I'm using probably eye tracker with the unlimited seat adjustment mod. So Navi, thanks so much, mate. I really appreciate it. Okay, we're finally here. So how long we've been actually driving for? An hour and 44 minutes, so let's say like hour and 40 minutes. That's longer than I expected, actually. Zero, how you doing, mate? What I'm using for graphics wise is the Snowymoon V2, Project Ultimate Weather 2.0, and the RealEye presets from Project Ultimate, and also PNG for the textures. So for these modes, also you got PNG and Project Ultimate linked in the description of the live stream. So Rockman, it depends what kind of smoothness you adjust to it as well, to be honest. Okay. I don't know if I should even attempt to do that, but we'll try. We'll see. We'll see what we can do with that. I'll probably fail miserably. So if I'm not going to read the chat for now, I'm trying to just kind of navigate that through, because I can't really see much from her. Yeah, I won't be able to. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Well, we failed, but I wasn't going to be able to actually see the mirror from there. Okay, one more route that we could do is from here to, let's say, G-code. So PNG, you buy this on their website, Project Ultimate Weather and Reshade. You get this on Project Ultimate Patreon. How they look in 1080p? Colorway wise, they look the same. The only thing that you're kind of missing in 1080p is a bit of clarity to it as well. I need to boot myself into Birdines, because we're not gonna go all the way down there. ABCH, I mean, it might be a personal opinion. I've driven here without any morning times or evening times, just to display how this actually looks in the daytime. We've been driving at like 1 PM for the whole live stream, so Rising Hayden. Yeah, so if it comes to the real, I am using way less exposure, but also when they introduced the contrast bits at SCS for the 160 update, I'm still yet to kind of adopt the Project Ultimate Weather for that, so it might be slightly uncontrasted, but at the moment I've not seen any contrast issues unless you get really wide concrete roads on ATS or something very bright on ETS2. With the RealEye preset, there isn't any exposure issues, as I've tried to still have a bit exposure on it, but not too much so it overexposes the roads. But once RealEye is fully released, I'll be able to see how RealCam looks with the contrast update, and then see what needs to be done with it. Also, the config for Snowymoon, I've done most of the changes within the reshade, so the config for Snowymoon will have very little adjustments to it. So, Telex-san, thank you, mate. I really appreciate it. It does look very good, at least to my opinion. Okay, so we've got 95 kilometers. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna drive the full route, but we'll see. Actually, because we drove this road already, so what we could do is just skip the bit where we actually drove, because there isn't much happening in here. It's just a side road, and then we can actually get on the main road that will still give us, I don't know, around, this is still 90 kilometers. I mean, 90 kilometers, I'm not sure if we're going to cover all of it. We'll try to do at least half of it, and then we'll see. Get some cloudy options or not? Not driven with a lot of well, not like clear clouds. You can get some clouds on. Actually, weather not 5. Was it 6? No. It was 4. Could drive with that on for now. Yeah, 89 kilometers. We'll do at least 50 kilometers and then we'll see. Then we might get a second driver to pick up the load and just finish it off. I don't know if everyone's enjoying that, but this is why I love one-to-one maps. If you actually have a look in the space in here and how everything looks, it's not just crammed up like on a 1-to-19 map where you've got curves all the time. This kind of maps is what I really enjoy driving in. Krzysztof, witam, witam. Yeah, because the space that you got within one-to-one maps is just... Gasoline canister. No, this is the road to the Sea of Azov map. A one-to-one map as well. Gasoline canister. Well, all of them will not work as they will need a separate profile, so... Krzysztof, dziękuję. Cieszę się, że się podoba. Yeah, so any one-to-one map will actually require its own profile, so you will not be able to get it to work with promos or anything like that. Unless something like Grand Utopia with the module can be changed, but most of the maps will not actually have that option, so... Okay, we're gonna be turning right. I don't know if it's slightly uphill with the engine struggling a little bit. It doesn't look up the hill though. It might just slightly be up the hill. It's 79 kilometers. I'm not sure how long that would actually take us, but. Alexander Clements, thanks so much, mate. I really appreciate it. Scottish Modern, how you doing, mate? How's your day going? How are you getting on with the heat? Is it as hot as it is in London or no? Yeah, mate, it's dropping on Thursday, I believe. 2nd of July is Thursday, yeah. There's a couple of additions that I need to do to it, and it will be all ready. I really appreciate it, mate. I'm glad you're enjoying it. To be honest, the videos that you've sent me, they look good as well. I'm glad that you found something that works good for you, mate. Okay, we're out of the 60s and we can actually speed up. That was long. Happy, how you doing, mate? The mods that I use, it's the Snowymoon V2, Project Ultimate Weather 2.0, Project Ultimate RealEye preset, and then PNG for textures. You've got links to the mods down below. Apart from Snowymoon, which is available on his website or Patreon as well. So it's just a mixture of those 4 mods that I'm using. Well, 3 mods and 1 reshape preset. Gasoline canister. No, look. I mean, I've got mine limited at the moment because I made it limited so I don't move around that much. But like, this is, you can do more than that, but you can make any kind of movements. It wouldn't be a crash with the mod, it would be an other mod or your buffer's just topping out, so you'd have to check your game log what it is. As normally if you're moving too fast and your game is crashing, that means that you're running out of GPU GPU RAM. Or you've got your game buffer set to a weird amount, which might cause the crash as well. Okay, at the moment we got 66 kilometers left, so we'll drive for like another 20-30 kilometers, because I won't be able to do the full route now. it'll probably take us another like hour and 15 minutes to finish the route. Try to have a sip of my coffee without breaking the camera, which we were successful at once today. We almost did not move the camera, which is alright. Let's see how that'll look in the evening then. Let's go for 8 p.m. Could do 8 p.m. I'm not used to driving at these kind of times, so it looks a bit weird for me, but some heavy fog. That's alright. Fearless, I used the Izuan Bakar's physics mod with truck and trailer stability at 0 and camera physical movement at 200%. Let's see all the skyboxes, because that's 6, that's 7, that's 8, that's 9, it's 10. 10's alright. There's a bit more light with 10. Rarely ever drive with sunsets, well, on the 1 to 19 maps, because they will go through in like, I don't know, 3 minutes. On the 1 to 1 map you'll probably be able to enjoy that for like a good 45 minutes to an hour. so that's then. Let me just check Skybox 1. I don't know, just be plain Skybox as well. Oh my god, we nearly went to the ditch. I saved it, so we're fine. It's not looking bad, to be honest. Diesel engine, how you doing, mate? How's the afternoon going, mate? I feel as you can just let them run dynamically. You don't have to set anything, but so they will change naturally. I just set the skyboxes to just see what they are. Was Skybox 9? Skybox 9 looks interesting at this time. Yeah, gasoline canister, 100%. Like that's what I do when I'm shooting the video, and then I want to have the best possible set that I've got. And sometimes I'd want to do a, video in sunny conditions. Sometimes I'd like to get a bit more clouds. I don't wait till I get to that setting. It's easy to just set them like that. But that turn was a bit too fast. Like we were 90 kilometers an hour. Let's see what this looks like at 9 p.m. Let's see how the skyboxes. Skybox 4. Not bad. Skybox 5. 6. 7. 8. To be honest, the skyboxes look better at 9 than they do at 8 p.m. Well, that's where the That's where the transition is happening on 1 to 19 maps. You can't really see that, but on 1 to 1 maps, when you drive for a longer period of time with a set skybox, 9 p.m. looks way better than 8 p.m. How much scaling do I use? I use 100 at the moment in 4K. I could use 125, but then my GPU usage would probably be around 85. As at the moment my usage is anywhere between 60 to like 72 now. So yeah, if I'd use 125, it would probably be around 85. Okay, let's move it to the morning now. To just see what that looks like in the morning. I like these kind of settings on those one-to-one maps because you can drive in those kind of settings for a longer period of time, like for the mornings and then the evening times as well. Because on a 1 to 19 map it goes quick, like the morning will just go extremely quick. Diesel London, thanks so much, man. I really do appreciate it. I need to see what video that was, you know, because I don't remember. I don't remember my first videos, to be honest, and I'll need to see what they were. You use 150. Yeah, I mean, at lower resolutions you use more scaling. At 4K, like 75 to 100 will already be demanding. I don't know if I would be able to run this smooth 150 scaling. You remember it for the rest of your life. I really do appreciate that, mate. You know, after the live stream, I'm gonna check my early videos as well. Okay guys, because we're getting to around 2 hours and 30 minutes mark. Let's see if there's any place where we could safely stop. Okay, we're gonna finish our route at this gas station. To 8 o'clock in the morning and get some sun going. Actually, we've got a resting place in here. Gazden canister, yes, I use a Sim Magic Alpha steering wheel. Well, hopefully we'll be able to actually make that turn safely. Okay, we need to go quick now. Okay guys, we got to the end of our live stream. I would like to thank everyone who decided to tune in, who left a like, left a comment, contributed to the live in any kind of a way. Probably won't be able to do any live streams throughout the week, and then next week as I'm away. But yeah, for today, thanks so much again. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Thanks so much.